All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka Tag Live 205. Welcome back to another episode of Spot Speculation, where we talk everything with the word trade in it. Now, a 3-for-1 special. We have 3 trades, 1 video, none to do with the Braves, everything to do with the Braves rival. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look on your screen right now, there should be a reason why this trade happened. I don't know why the Freddie Peralta trade happened to the Mets. The Mets desperately needed pitching help. You gave up Jet Williams and you gave up Brandon Sprout for one of the best pitchers in the MLB today. But why did it have to be the Mets? Why did it have to be the Mets? 3 deals, 3 huge moves, league altering to say the least. The Mets also acquired Luis Robert or Roberts Jr. Gonna get into the Luis Robert one first. He's headed to the New York Mets, obviously. They're getting an elite 2-way center fielder in Robert, are the Mets. The deal also included Luis Daniel Acuna, Ronald Acuna's brother, and right-handed pitcher Truman Polly. Now listen, Robert is a force of nature. He's a freak of nature, but he's really a force of nature too. 30 home runs, 30 steals, a gold glover for sure. The kind of athleticism that you need in that Mets outfield. You've been struggling to find any outfield help really for years, really since 2020, since you wanted to go in a different direction and become contenders with the Lindor trade. You've been struggling to find minutes for Jeff McNeil in the outfield, let alone the infield, because he wanted to play a certain position. And you've been trying to trade Jeff McNeil, and you did, for recently about 3 years now. You got rid of him, right? Jeff McNeil was not the issue, though. He was not the issue. Other teams were sniffing around the Luis Robert market for about 2 to 3 years because they understood the Chicago White Sox weren't going anywhere. The Mariners, the Giants, the Dodgers, even the Braves were in on that sweepstakes. But when it came down to it, the Mets, they came in hot with an offer. They should have traded him 3 years prior to this. The White Sox front office said, Chris Gatz, love that man. He is a great GM. He understands what he's doing with the White Sox organization, has some of the best prospects in baseball. But you wasted time by not trading Luis Robert in the manner that you did. Mets fans, you can feel every which way about this trade, but I think this is good for you guys. I believe this is good. Not only are you getting a power hitter, you're getting somebody who has decent speed on the plate to be still fairly young. Luis Robert's nowhere near 30, but you're going to have him under contract, but you're going to have to re-sign him pretty soon. So look out for that. But the trajectory of your franchise right now and how you guys are set up, it needs to be World Series of bust for the next 2 years. No excuses. The Mets, Freddie Peralta, who I just mentioned at the beginning of the video, they didn't stop there. The Mets, they went on a tear, getting Luis Robert and now Freddie Peralta, a front of the rotation, firepower, a starting pitcher, one of the best starting pitchers in the major league, like I've already harped on. The Mets getting Peralta from the Brewers and 2 top prospects, one being a top 30 prospect in Jet Williams and a pitcher, Brandon Sprout. If you are a baseball guru, especially when it comes to the pipeline, you know the Mets prospects probably like the back of your hand. They've had some interesting prospects since the year of 2020. But there was also one more pitcher in this trade reportedly headed to New York. And let me tell you, I love Tobias, but I'm not going to talk about him in this trade. I'm going to talk about the main piece, Freddie Peralta. 200 strikeouts right here, sub-3 ERA. This is the type of dude that you want in the rotation in a Game 5. This is the type of dude you even want starting on the mound in a Game 1 for the New York Mets. This is a guy who's going to come in instantly and give you that upgrade in the start of the rotation. You think about the farm system of the Milwaukee Brewers right now. You have Brock Wilken, just to name a few. You had Jacob Mizorowski there for a minute. He's a great pitcher, somebody you can go in the future with. Jackson Chourio, obviously the new face of the franchise with Yelich still there. You have all of these prospects now if you're the Brewers. Most of them are shortstop prospects. You have Jesus Maeda. What are you going to do with him? He's a top 3 prospect in Major League Baseball. Now that you have Jet Williams, are you going to flip Jet Williams for more prospects or potentially a rental or somebody that you can cover for Freddie Peralta's absence? Let's think about this. They're making a statement, are the Mets, but the Brewers, they're really being strategic. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Rays and the Brewers share the same pitching staff. They have to. They're Rays North. But they're resetting the farm system, and that's what we want them to do. That's what we want them to do. We need to rebuild around Jackson Chourio. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. He's special. And I feel like this trade is going to start trickling down more trades for the Brewers as we get into the season, if they're not competitive. The Rangers acquired one of my favorite players in Major League Baseball, Mackenzie Gore. Now, the Texas Rangers, in acquiring him, it was a 5-for-1 deal. I'm going to read the prospect names out to you here in just a moment, but it was a 5 prospect for 1 potential frontline starter trade. Gore is a young, energetic, electric, mid-90s type of pitcher. He's not going to wow you with the 100-mile fastball. He's not going to wow you with the forkball. He's not going to dismantle you or bamboozle you with a palm ball. No, he is a velocity guy. And locking up this piece long-term should be priority number 1 for the Rangers next offseason. You need to pay Mackenzie Gore whenever his contract is up, preferably next offseason, go to give him that extension. If you guys are starting to go young and you want to have that young veteran mindset of trying to contend post Garcia era, who's now on the Phillies, I believe. And that was a good pickup for them. When you look at the different aspects the Texas Rangers can go here, the different ways they can go here in terms of their prospect building, they have to rebuild that farm system. I mean, they've had so many great prospects already come up for them. Evan Carter, Josh Young. That's just to name a few. Jack Leiter should be an everyday player in this rotation. And I'm going to be honest with you. If the Rangers don't build upon this, we're going to have some issues. We're going to have some issues. 2023 is a long ways away right now. You guys won the World Series and fell off. Now, I'm not saying that's your fault, but what I am saying is that the Texas Rangers, they have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, how do we compete against teams like the Yankees? How do we compete against teams even like the Red Sox, who are young but still good? How do we even compete with teams like the Tigers and the Royals? How do we compete with teams, especially our crosstown rival in the Houston Astros, who are just going to continue to get better and better with the prospects that they are garnering if they don't trade them away? The Athletics, they're coming up. The Blue Jays, they're going to be back. The Rangers, not really a World Series, a bust situation for them, just building towards the next era of Rangers baseball should be what they are doing right now. For the Washington Nationals, they're stacking assets. Don't trade James Wood, obviously. They're not going to. Don't trade C.J. Abrams. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Brady House should be the third baseman of the future going forward. Elijah Green, he fell off. I don't know what's gonna take for him to get back to where he needs to be. I feel like a change of scenery in another organization will do. But they're stacking up their pieces. They're waiting for another patient move. Are the Nationals, if they decide to contend, and they feel like Mackenzie Gore wasn't a part of that, which makes sense. Josiah Gray on a 1-year deal, he is still there. May not be there next year, but this is more like a prove-it year for Josiah Gray, who was acquired in that Max Scherzer trade and Trey Turner trade all those years ago. Now, the big picture of all of these trades, the Mets are going all in. They want to win the World Series this year or next year. The year after that, the year after that, they want to win. Steve Cohen is tired of waiting. You have him in center field. You have Soto. You signed Juan Soto, the big Soto. You have to win. You have to win. The Brewers and White Sox, focusing on the future needs to be the best thing for you guys right now. The Rangers, they're quietly smart. Locking in Gore is priority number one, like I keep harping on. But you add him to a hopeful win-now rotation in the Texas Rangers. This is the kind of offseason that we're going to have. The offseason is really just getting started with mini camp and training camp starting next month. There could be some deals on the table still for a frontline pitcher to get dealt. I just felt like the Mets were on their P's and Q's with these two acquisitions. So the question remains, which team got better today? Which team got better yesterday? I will tell you, the Mets, the clear winners of these trades. I just don't see them as the clear winners yet of the NL East. I'll still put the Phillies in front of them. A healthy Braves squad will go in front of them too, but we have some work to do as well. But you can feel the excitement. You can feel the omnipotence. You can feel the fans of the New York Mets saying this is our year. I hope it's your year. I really do hope it's you guys' year. You've been saying this. You've been saying that for a long, long time now, that it is your year. So let's see if it's going to be your year. Stay tuned because the MLB is just getting started. Swap speculations, everybody.